Welcome back to BK Collectables. If you're a fan of classic American coins and want to learn about the rich history behind some of the most iconic pieces ever minted, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Today, we're exploring a coin that was short-lived but pivotal in the evolution of American small cents, the Flying Eagle cent. Though it was only minted for circulation in 1857 and 1858, its story is full of interesting twists, economic drama, and design transitions that shaped the future of United States coinage. Before the Flying Eagle cent, the United States had issued the large copper cents that many collectors today call large cents. These coins, first minted in 1793, were massive by today's standards. Measuring 27 to 29 millimeters in diameter, they were roughly the size of a modern half-dollar and purely copper. Over time, the rising cost of copper, paired with practical complaints about the coin's size and weight, forced the mint to consider a change. Carrying large quantities of these coins was cumbersome, and by the early 1850s, public dissatisfaction had reached a boiling point. The economic environment of the early 1850s played a huge role in the development of the Flying Eagle cent. In 1851, the price of copper rose so high that it became unprofitable to produce large cents. By 1855, the cost of making the coin approached or even exceeded its face value. This mirrored what had happened earlier with silver coins, like in 1853, when the weight of dimes, quarters, and half-dollars was reduced to prevent hoarding and melting. With copper posing a similar issue, the United States Mint knew a redesign was necessary. Enter James B. Longacre, the chief engraver of the mint, who was tasked with developing a smaller cent. The goal was to create a coin that would be easier to handle, cheaper to produce, and still distinctively American. What Longacre delivered was the now iconic Flying Eagle cent, which replaced the bulky large cent with a coin more in line with the modern cent's size and composition. The composition of the Flying Eagle cent was innovative for its time, 88% copper and 12% nickel, giving it a pale, almost yellowish hue compared to the earlier dark brown copper cents. It weighed 4.67 grams and measured 19 millimeters in diameter. Though similar in size to today's penny, the heavier alloy and slightly thicker profile gave it a more substantial feel in the hand. The obverse design featured a powerful eagle in mid-flight, inspired by a drawing of a bald eagle used by Christian Gobrecht on the Gobrecht dollar in the 1830s. This bold imagery gave the coin its name, the Flying Eagle cent. Surrounding the eagle were the words United States of America, while the reverse showcased a simple wreath design encircling the denomination, 1 cent. It was a clean and elegant design, yet it had its flaws. The mint first struck Flying Eagle cents in 1856, but these were not officially released for circulation. Instead, they were presented to dignitaries, politicians, and collectors as pattern pieces to demonstrate the proposed new cent. Fewer than 2,056 Flying Eagle cents are believed to exist today, making them highly prized among collectors. If you ever come across one, it's worth a closer look, especially in higher grades. The first year of official circulation was 1857, and demand for the new small cent was enormous. The public was eager to trade in their bulky large cents and worn Spanish silver coins, which had still been circulating, for these shiny new coppers. In fact, the mint produced an estimated 17 million Flying Eagle cents in 1857 alone, a huge jump compared to earlier cent mintages. However, the design had some technical issues. The high-relief eagle on the obverse clashed with the reverse wreath, making the coin difficult to strike properly. Weak details were common, especially on the eagle's head and tail feathers. These striking problems, combined with the hard copper-nickel alloy, led to rapid die wear. By 1858, the mint began exploring alternatives to the eagle design. Despite the technical issues, Flying Eagle cents were produced again in 1858, with a few interesting varieties. The most famous of these are the large letters and small letters varieties. The difference lies in the size and spacing of the lettering on the obverse, United States of America. The large letters variety has wider spacing and slightly larger font, whereas the small letters variety is more compact. Collectors often seek both for a complete flying eagle set. Also notable in 1858 are transitional pieces that show the new design that would replace the flying eagle cent, the Indian head cent. A few pattern coins dated 1858 feature the familiar Indian head design, struck on the same copper-nickel planchets. These patterns are extremely rare and mark the transition to what would become one of the most beloved series in United States coinage. By 1859, the flying eagle cent was discontinued and replaced by the Indian head cent, which addressed many of the technical issues and continued in production for the next 50 years. But the flying eagle cent remains historically significant because it represented the first real move toward the modern small cent. It also introduced the copper-nickel alloy, which would be used in cents until 1864, when the coin returned to a bronze composition. Now, let's talk about collectability and value. As mentioned earlier, the 1856 Flying Eagle cent is the true key date of the series. With only a few pattern coins struck, its rarity drives high prices. Well-worn examples can still sell for several $1,000s, while uncirculated examples can bring in 5 figures or more at auction. The 1857 and 1858 issues are more accessible to collectors, but still carry value, especially in higher grades. Prices can range from around $30 to $50 for circulated examples, and several hundred or more for mint state coins. The large letters and small letters varieties from 1858 add another layer of interest for collectors, and can command premiums depending on rarity and condition. If you're putting together a United States small cent collection, the Flying Eagle cent is an essential component. It's short-lived, historically important, and visually distinctive, a coin that tells the story of American industrial growth, economic challenge, and evolving public needs. Plus, with only 3 main dates, 1856, 1857, and 1858, it's a manageable and rewarding series to complete, though the 1856 will be the biggest challenge by far. In recent years, the appeal of the Flying Eagle cent has only grown, thanks in part to the coin's crossover appeal. It draws in collectors of pattern coins, transitional designs, early mint history, and even Civil War-era coinage, since its production bridged the antebellum period leading up to the war. Other coins that tie into the Flying Eagle cent story include the Gobrecht dollar, which inspired the eagle design, and the Indian head cent, which succeeded it. The Indian head cent, introduced in 1859, featured a more practical and artistic design and lasted until 1909, when it was replaced by the Lincoln cent. These transitions illustrate the mint's continuous efforts to balance artistry, functionality, and economic realities. All lessons learned through the short-lived yet influential run of the Flying Eagle cent. To wrap up, the Flying Eagle cent is one of the most fascinating chapters in American coinage. Its creation was driven by economic necessity, its design marked a bold step forward, and its legacy lives on in every penny struck since. Whether you're a new collector or a seasoned numismatist, owning a Flying Eagle cent connects you to a pivotal moment in the monetary history of the United States. Thanks for joining us on this exploration into the world of the Flying Eagle cent here at BK Collectables. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more content like this, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more stories behind the coins that built the United States economy, 1 cent at a time.